you to expand in Europe as well, and you need people to tell the story of Descent, what the use case is, and what you do and where you want to go, and expand your network as much as possible.
And we could, of course, help with
you.
that.
Yeah, we would love to help you with that.
Yeah.
No,
Tell the story.
not an issue at all. We need good people. We need good people, whether they are from the community, or whether they are from the business part of things. If you look at it this way, whenever we talk about crypto community, what is the first thing that came to your mind? What is the first thing that came to your mind when we talk about crypto communities?
It's global,
Yeah.
international,
and it's a lot of people who think out of the box.
Yeah.
So it's a really a community that looks to the future and not to the past, because the past has been, and we have to make a transition to a new future. And I think that the blockchain community would love to go to the next level.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, but it's
True.
still very
This
much
is
yeah.
This is a
Focus on
good view
giveaways.
from a.
Yeah.
This is a good view from a overall aspect. When you look at the community as a whole, I think that's a very good point. But if you look at from a company aspect, whenever you see them creating their own Telegram group, example, you will see a lot of airdrops and so forth. Those are typically how cryptocurrency companies and blockchain companies see how a community is like. So when you give out something for free, people will just come on board, and then and then they shout about the project. But if you look at it this way, there's no real monetary value in long run. In the short run, of course, you create a certain buzz. You can look at how Ethereum or how Tron is doing it. Well, there are a lot of people shouting about the project. More of Tron. Not so much of Ethereum. But what do you get out from this, right? So my aspect or my view for community is slightly different, and I would also do the same with Descent. So what we see is building businesses.
Yeah, you want to add value.
Correct. You are right. You're right. Yeah. So when we look at building the value and building the businesses in it, the community leaders are actually the one putting us through to the right partners. Not so much of putting up $100 airdrop and so forth. That's never the case, right? So we hope that once we roll out our community projects or our community initiative, it's going to drive the business instead of just driving traffic. So that is how I felt. But of course, just don't get me wrong. I think driving traffic is still a must. All right, but the main core thing from driving the traffic is to drive the value and drive the business. Not the other way around.
No, I understand, because if you just create buzz, it will collapse in a while. So you have to have a long-term value that has to grow. Engagement, and people have to use your product each day, or businesses need your solution to make it grow in the long run. Otherwise, it will die out, just like a lot of cryptos will. I think so too. And Tron is the best example for a project that creates a lot of buzz, and then it dies down, and it does it again, and it does it again, and it keeps doing it. But the value of the Tron is now exponentially lower than a year ago.
Yeah, another example would be Ethereum is the opposite, which is really as a very much engaged community, which is constantly building, and it's building new applications which are actually being used.
So like the DeFi.
And they're not even making that much buzz. It's just humming along, growing.
They're building.
I agree with both your take. The reason why I pointed out Ethereum and of course Tron is I think you have to see a balance. So from the two different projects, of course they are all big on their own. Ethereum is very much very much into the